Hi, and welcome at Keysight Center of Expertise in Böblingen, Germany. My name is Adrien Louchet. I am Solution Manager for the Datacom industry. And today I'm pleased to introduce our first-to-market compliance test solution for interface running at 100 gigabit per second and per lane. This is the underlying technology for the next generation data center. Current electrical interface in a data center are running at 50 gigabit per second using the 25 gigabaud PAM4 signaling. Moving to 100 gigabit per second and 53 gigabaud PAM4 will enable next generation optical transceiver like this one, 800G transceivers, as well as 51.2 terabit switches. This will allow the data center operators to first keep pace with the ever increasing demand for bandwidth and switching capacity, and at the same time reduce the cost and the power consumption of the transported bit.